for game number 2 will be aiming.
Shocker! Because it's Sari. Well, 1 vote. That's for the cask. That's for the cask. He deserves that. I respect it.
You get the 1 vote through.
This time aiming going to be locking it away, so they enjoyed it. It's going to be Senatam Kench. And what are you going to play? I like this so much more than Italy.
But yeah, it gives you a lot of really strong team fighting. You can also catch people in Senna's. I can do that. Just not impressed anymore. I'm kind of tired of it.
Wow.
Look, I'm getting a little grumpy. 6-game Grumpy Wolf is coming out.
It's like, you thought the disappointed dad wolf was the problem. Did they say like 6 per kilo or something? Is DRX looking for Aria? It might save you guys from our watermelon conversation, but just tidying up this minion wave.
Beryl
way back, and yeah, Beryl going to stop Aria from going home. Dawning Shadow available here for aiming as he moves on up. Super Mega Death Rocket, same story. As now Kaz looking to come in. We're flipping on another objective. I love that. As in, oh my goodness, it's so much work being done by Kaz to get towards that backside. As now you can see Rascal diving forward, and Beryl not going to survive this one. Oh, actually, no, he will survive for the minute as Deft has to flash. And Super Mega Death Rocket immediately, the Devour comes in from life. Actually, I got so confused by the hijack. He hijacked the Crescent Guard. I'm like, that must have been Kaz. And then my brain was just impaired for the rest of the game. But that was fantastic.
Yeah, no, the Crescent Guard was super sick. And then the follow-up ult from aiming too empowered everybody, shielded everybody, pushed DRX back. Like, it basically hit almost all 9 players it could. You know, of course, including the Senna, so I guess 10.
It actually did damage as well.
Yeah, it actually was a really sick ult. But this is Aria stealing Crescent Guard with the hijack and then blocking this choke point up. Rascal's able to get over the wall, and then Barrel's locked in here too. And it's a nice cleanup. And then Aria's like, okay, I'm grabbing the eye.
Pretty strong right now. Tidies up minion after minion. Yoshik in here is Kingen going to dive on top of aiming. There's the Destiny. And Life tries to get himself out. Aiming is really dead, but Life will survive. As KT trying to push this one forward, aiming just going to grab the souls that he can, as the Rift Herald is going to be absolutely obliterated. Aria just lacks a little bit of experience, I think.
He's already significantly behind.
Speaking of being behind, Zeka spots out that Kaz is in the area. Okay, Gold Card is going to come through, as that is another Destiny, as Aria turns up as well. That's why.
Nice reaction there from him. So we're going to go back to this moment down here on the bottom side where Kingen is able to punish the positioning here of aiming with the gold card rotation down. Life is like, sorry, man, I abyssal, and I'm flashing out of here. You're on your own.
As okay, that's also a dead Koshik.
To being nice. Here's what happened. X-Tech gate over into just a quick ult, and you think you can take my rip off for free. Not going to happen.
No. For Deft, or the minigun, sorry. As Flame Chompers go down, Life turns on up, but they are able to at least take that turret. As there's the Crescent Guard, Mega Death Rocket. Will it hit? As there is the teleport in. Rascal gets over to the side, and Kingen immediately greets him. That is not the welcome the Crocodile wanted, and now he's getting taken down extraordinarily low. Super Mega Death Rocket connects onto Aria. It's going to be more difficult for him to get any sort of engage, and look at this poke. KT have been pushed out completely, and that is Drake number 2 for DRX. Now the Destiny to come in as the Zap connects onto Aria as well. Deft just ready to get excited. As there's the Zap, and the first speed up comes in. Now Kaz finds a Moonfall, but it's just not quite enough damage. The rest of DRX, they are split off, but it's Rascal that's going to be the first one on the menu. Zeka goes golden. He's playing beautifully this game after a bit of a shocker in game 2, really turning it around on this twist.
Even fall slightly behind and then look clueless in some of these late game team fights. This flank here from Rascal is desperation because he's like, well, I need to somehow get to the back line. We're not getting in there. Koshik is at the ready with the Crescent Guard. Aria can't really split this team in half with his own Crescent Guard. And so you have this flanking Renekton who gets basically 2-shot down to half health, and then Destiny just guarantees they can track them on their way out. And this is basically KT just losing a fight before it even starts and then tucking tail and running. And there's no way out. They're fishing a barrel here. And the last moment is when Kuz decides to engage, but he had no opportunities before this. Like, it's not like he just decided not to fight or decided not to ult. The positioning was too good of DRX. They've got so much poke, so much range. DRX are now poised to really take the and Jace ult. You know, I mean, this isn't the greatest comp for the Silas, as Rascal is just caught and dead.
Yeah,
this is starting to be
Crocodile on a leash. Dawning Shadow does come in. Let's see what. Yes, they have.
He's had a great game. He's farmed well. He's out, you know, maneuvered his opponent in terms of the jungle and the farm. but his team fighting hasn't been there. You know,
Going to drift throughout Runeterra for quite some time, as we're going to check this one out once again.
This is like Rascal caught looking for a Gromp here or something. Like, I don't know what he thought was going to happen in this area. They just don't have any vision whatsoever. There's a control ward there, but...
Yeah, I was wondering how many... He's just happily walking up way in front of the rest of his team. And with the Destiny, DRX are capable of doing this. And they are just going to mosey on in, destroy an inhibitor turret in the mid lane. This Hextech Drake is going to get closed in on by KT, but Drake for Nexus is not necessarily a trade that I'd like. If I was DRX, as Kingen's going to move on down. Let's see whether he can get some damage onto Cuz. Yes, they're able to lock down the Drake, but they lose an inhibitor for it, and DRX have so much control of this map.
You can't get out of here as KT necessarily now.
Yeah, it's a teleport to come through from live. Kingen mid-outer turret. This is actually really dangerous, as yeah, Cuz not going to find the Q onto Deft, and they do manage to take down the mid turret.
Kingen is like, yeah, I'll take an outer turret for your
I think
inner.
that's our first rock and a hard place so far today. So I'm glad that we finally got one. Great flash there from Deft, gets him out of the way of the Moonfall as Aria flashes in as well, but no one's able to get on top of Deft just yet. Kingen wasn't even here for this one, but you can see now Zeka and Deft off to the side, trying to fire these things out. Pioshik surviving for so extraordinarily long, and once again, KT find themselves with no health bars, but can they fight back is the question. Aria in so much trouble though as Kingen dives in on top, and now, just like Domino's, KT fall down. Deft is real excited.
Strength of this team, drafting, playing through the mid-game, shutting KT down at every turn. Two different rosters of DRX prevail in two different games against KT's early game, and this should be the series.
That's going to be a gold card to the face, and that is Zeka able to actually find a redemption game here. The Nexus turrets will be taken down. That's the ace. Deft is going to be able to pick that one up as DRX in a bit of a shellacking, honestly, in the end. I guess it's 32.5 minutes, so Spawn's rules, not actually a shellacking. But as far as this series goes, definitely a quick game and pretty one-sided.
It's crazy to see a team like KT Rolster fall back to old habits with a new roster. Hirai is still the head coach.
Like, it was double rapid-fire cannon they had in this game. So we have a listen to DRX as they close this one out. Zeka was speaking extraordinarily fast.
And then Pioshik was like, play it slow, play it slow. I don't know if he was talking about the player or the story.
Maybe speak slower, yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, wait. We need to get a kill. There it is.
You love it. You love it.
You love to see it. That was actually very, very cute. As we have a look at the damage graph, oh god, that's what happens when you were obscenely outranged.
Yeah.
Game number 3. It is, of course, Deft's third player of the game.
He's had a lot on Jinx.
Yeah.
But this was definitely one where he didn't have to work on. That's
Observer team, they may have some reporting in to do for that one, but pretty interesting.
It's fine.